Hey guys, welcome to KM Reviews. I am Nibbleman. Today we're going to be doing an unboxing of this awesome game called Skyrise. Okay guys, so for the boxing of Skyrise, I just took this out of the box and it came with the upgrades. So we'll look at those first. Right here, we have the 10-point metal key, which is very sturdy, very nice quality. It looks like it even has like a wash on it or something, which is really nice. We also separately have in its own little baggie here. This is the little coin that is worth 4 points. Much better than cardboard. It even kind of looks like a little gear, which is kind of cool. So both of those, very nice. Okay, then over here, we have the wooden tokens. And you may hear my dogs playing in the background. I apologize ahead of time for that. They always like to do that right when I start doing videos. All right, so first we have these. These are those 4 that are gonna go under the different letters of the game board. So they're gonna have a question mark on one side, and on the other side, a point value. So we got the 8, we've got the 5 and the 3, and we've got the 4. So those are nice, nice and thick. They don't feel super hefty, but they do feel nice quality. And then I'm not gonna pull all of these out, but these are basically the different tokens that will go around the board. Nice and thick, the different colors, etc. We'll take a look at how those look inside the player boards here in a minute. So now let's get to the meat and potatoes of the situation. We have Skyrise. This is the Deluxe, whatever, Kickstarter, best version you can get, the Premium Collector's Edition. Okay, on the back here, it gives you some of the flavor and what it looks like, etc. Okay. And this shows you how we have the washed buildings, the washed wonders, the washed blimps, etc. I like to get the nice stuff. Let's go ahead and open this. Been waiting on this one for a while, so I am excited. I will say I do like how the gold around the box reflects the light very nicely. Okay. Skyrise. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull this box off here. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so on top here, we have the rulebook, which is actually wrapped in its own little piece of plastic. Let's see, here we go. Does not feel very thick. Nice, I don't want to read 1,000 pages for a simple game. This to the side. Okay, so we have the rule book. Got all the stuff in there, blah, blah, blah. Bunch of flavor text, etc. Cool. Now we have the game board and the double layer board. So let's take a look at the game board first. Got 4 folds on here. Some this over. Cool. It's actually not too big of a board, which I like. So there's that. Got some blimps on there and stuff. Now we've got the, let me pull it over here. Now we've got the double layer player boards. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Now these are like quad layer boards because they're double-sided on both sides. I think technically it's triple layered, but on one side you'll have one person, the other side you'll have a different person. It's not asymmetric or anything though, in terms of the characters. It's just kind of who you think looks coolest. Now within that, the wooden tokens will go, and they will fit in there. Let's grab a couple of these. Let's see, white, boom, boom. So for example, green, yellow and white. So it's nice. They can, even if you're holding up your board, They stay in there, they're not sliding all over the place. They stick up just enough so it's still easy to get them out. Very, very nice quality. And on the bottom here, it's going to show you your Era 1 buildings and your Era 2 buildings, which will be asymmetric to the different people. So who do we got here? We got that person and that person, this person and this person, and this girl and this guy. Cool. So that's those double layer player boards. I'll worry about those tokens a little bit. Then we got the cardboard ones. So just to compare them, these ones have kind of a black outline as opposed to, these ones which do not. They are definitely different in thickness. Circumference is about the exact same size though. When comparing them on the board here, the cardboard ones work just as well, but obviously I think these ones pop a lot more. They're just nicer. So I'm probably just gonna toss all these cardboard ones because these wood ones are nice. Let's put that back in there. Boop. Oh, you know what? One thing I do realize now, they have these wilds. I don't know if I see, oh, okay. Here we go, these purple ones. So it looks like the wilds are different, whereas the wood version is like a purple question mark, and these ones kind of show the 4 colors. I'll be honest, I kind of like this version a little bit better because it's obviously like a wild, whereas this feels like something else. Because I don't know, when you put it on here, I don't know, the purple feels a little weird to me. I do like this a little more, but this probably stands out on the board more, so I don't know. I'm still sticking with the wood, but that is a difference that I noticed that I didn't know was a difference. Then obviously we have these. So for example, the key difference, you get this metal key versus this. I do think this one pops more, but come on. Metal, washed metal, this just feels like a real key, which is pretty legit. Now this one, this also has the text on it. It says the first player to build all their structures gains this key to the city. This key does not say that anywhere. You just kind of have to know that. So that's another difference. And then we have the other ones as well. So we have this instead of the 4-point coin. Again, I do think this one pops a little more, but I just like coins better, so I still am sticking with this. And then we have these type of ones, which are basically the exact same, but this one, the wood definitely pops more. This one looks much more dull. So yeah, so that's the wood versus the cardboard. Okay, then let me put some of these tokens away here to make some room. Okay, so let's get rid of that. Okay, so we've got our player boards here, boom, boom. Okay, now the exciting part. Let's go ahead and take off this lid here. Oops. We'll put this over here. Now, obviously, it's a bit of a jumbled mess going on in here, but that's okay. We'll take a look at the buildings here in a second. Got a little, whoa! We've got a little gel pack, which I'll toss. So up in the corner up here, we've got this stuff. So this will be the thing that goes in the middle of the map with some of the bridges, it looks like. It's kind of cool. It does feel lighter than I expected, like the plastic. I mean, it doesn't feel weak or anything. Within there, we have this bag. Let's take a look at this. This will be the bag that you put a bunch of those wood tokens in so that when you're seating the board, and actually I'll just do this now, all of these can go right in here. Come on. Boom. That way when you're seating the board, you just kind of draw them out randomly as you put them on spots on the board, right? So that's that little bag. Now, in here we also have the 4 wonders. So let's take a look at those really quick. We've got the yellow one. Has a W for the wonder. And I love in this game how each one is so detailed and so different. We've got the blue wonder. In my opinion, probably the most boring of them, but it's still different and cool. I am glad that the stuff underneath is obviously easy to read for each color. This is my favorite one, this red one, just this like intense statue. Let's see if I can focus that more. Well, good enough. That's really cool. And then lastly, we've got the green one. I think this one's also kind of cool. I love the green in this game. It's like an oxidized copper or something, like the Statue of Liberty. It's just really cool. Okay, so that's all the stuff that goes up in that corner up there. I don't know how that's gonna fit yet, but we'll take a look in a minute. Now the board itself, there's 4 pieces here. On the bottom, it tells you where they go. So we know this one is the 4, the box, etc. Whereas this one is the 3rd one, right? So you know they're gonna fit, I guess. I don't know why you can't do it the other way. Feels like it would be the same thing, but whatever, I'm gonna follow the directions. So we got those. We've got this one, which is level 2 here. And we've got this last one down here. Now before I continue to look at the stuff in here, I'm gonna put this to the side for a second. Take a look at what this looks like on here. All right, sorry, my dogs were barking, so I went ahead and lined these up. Now you can see the bridges here. Now some people are complaining that their bridges don't line up. I can see why they say that, because for example, over here, you can see there's a little bit of a gap here and stuff, but honestly, I think mine line up pretty well. They're not exactly perfect, I will admit, but it's not like they're super misaligned crazy. Like you can tell, oh look, this is a bridge from here to here, and this is a bridge from here to here. And it is very sturdy. It does not feel like the stuff's moving around. I do love how this is on the board around the clouds. It feels like a cloud city. I was like, do you really need a 3D board? But it really does add some cool flavor, like just these big gears, and I like how each board is a little bit different. Like that's just cool, you know? I love all the gears and random stuff. It just gives it some life. And I am a sucker for deluxeified stuff. So there's that. So on to some of the other things in here. Let's put this on top here. Now we're gonna look at the stuff in here. So we have these blimps, which are basically the scoring markers. If I can pull them out, maybe I can. Boom. Boom. 3. The blimps are a little bit hard to get out. Or I'm just doing it wrong, which is very highly likely. All right, so what's nice is even each of these are slightly different. So this is the red, the yellow, right? So you can see they're different. We've got the green, and we've got the blue. Now what's nice about these two is these are actually stackable. So if your yellow overtakes blue, you can kind of see that little notch down there and a notch on top. It does, let me look away from the camera, boom. They do stack on top of each other. So on the score track, let's see, where's a good example? Here, boom, 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 and boom. Let's see, can I zoom in? Yeah. If you were to be stacking them, they could hypothetically all stack on top of each other. 4, boom. So that is pretty cool, I think. I like that those markers stack, because I was worried like, oh, you got these big minis as scoring markers. I much prefer that over these little wooden discs here. I like that these are wooden discs, but come on, those 3D blimps are so much cooler. This has like no symbols on them or anything. It's just boring and blah. So I'm probably not even gonna use these, probably tossing that with the cardboard. All right, then we have the cards. Okay, let's see if there's an easy way to open these or if I gotta use my scissors. I don't see the little normal tear around thing, so hold on 1 second. Okay. Ah, dang plastic. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. All right, so now we've got these cards, and oh my gosh, are these nice. Like, look at that. It just feels, to be honest, they don't feel super thick, but they sure freaking look nice. Wow. So these are the Wonders, I believe, the Wonder cards. You can see with the W, you're gonna get dealt some of these, and you're gonna choose which way you want your Wonder to score. Okay. And all of these have those nice backs, which reflect nice in the light and just give it this really luxury feel, which is amazing. Okay, let's see, 11, 12, 13, 14. Got all these. There's a lot of Wonder cards, actually. I didn't realize how many Wonder cards there were. Collecting an additional disc adjacent to this Wonder. And they all have that same back. And then we move to, I believe, nope, that is also Wonder. Okay, yeah, so 1 through 20, all of them are numbered at the top here. Those are all of the Wonder cards. So there's everyone, in a 4-player game, I think everyone gets dealt 2 or 3. I haven't read the rulebook yet. So that's gonna give a lot of replayability just in terms of the Wonders themselves. That is really cool. I like that. I'm gonna have to look through those later. All right, then we have the little scoring conditions and stuff, which, to be honest, let's see. There's not as many of these ones, which I find, dogs, please, I'm trying to film a video. Goodness gracious. To be honest, there's only 5 of these. These are the ones that are like, there's going to be 3 of them out as scoring conditions for the 1st and 2nd era. I am amazed that they have 20 of the Wonder cards and then only 5 of these ones. So this is basically the public objectives, right? And I feel like that part is going to get repetitive. I really think they needed more of these. I don't know what they would be. I'm sure they play tested it to balance things out and stuff. But I just feel like you're essentially always going to have at least 1 of the same ones, 2 of the same ones every time you play. Windmills, the bridges, chains, lakes, and whatever. I think they could have gotten a little bit more creative with that. Like maybe have your 3 tallest buildings next to each other and it scores you even more points or something. I don't know. But there's those. Oh, and just to show you like the difference of the backs, like the Wonders have these. This one kind of shows you that's those public objectives. Then we have, these are the private goals. Again, these ones, there's only 4. They have this back, which again is different from the public objectives, which is different from the Wonders. Oop. And these are all basically just saying have at least 4 buildings or structures within a particular color and you'll score 10 points. I find it hard to believe anyone would not get this, but this reminds me basically of the private objectives of like Sagrada, you know? It used to just be like a particular dice color, but then they got expansions that came out that had more variety. I feel like, again, I think the private objectives need some more variety. Maybe they can all score 10 points to be even, but I don't know. I feel like that part is meh, the public objectives meh, but I am really happy with the amount of Wonders. That's the cool part. All right, then we have I think this one, which is always in play, I don't remember. What's this one? This is its own thing. I don't know. There's that one. And then it looks like we have one setup aid to remind you based on player count, how many islands, how many wonder cards each person's going to get. So in a 2-player game, you're getting a lot more to choose from versus a 5-player game. You know, the keys that you're going to get, how many wonders people get, and how many discs you need to remove. Personally, I want to do 4-player just because the setup would be easier and there's more stuff to go after. And then we have the basic rules, which, yes, there's not a player aid for each person from what I can tell, which is somewhat disappointing, but the rules are so easy you can kind of just leave this out for everybody, or as you teach it, just have it right there. But that's that. So that's all those cards, and that's everything in here. But let's take a look at these buildings, okay? So we've got red. Boom, boom, boom. These are all the small ones. Again, every single sculpture, every single building is unique, which is freaking amazing. I can't believe relatively how cheap this is considering the amount of sculptures they needed. Put these a little bit closer. Like, that is just so cool. What's that say? Matador. So much detail on these things. It's amazing. I can't freaking believe it. 83 and 72. And these are spectacular. Because what I thought was, oh, maybe they'll just be this, maybe they'll be different within the buildings themselves, but each color will have the same buildings. But nope, every single building is different. I personally, I think I love red and green the most. Just the way the colors look and the way the buildings look. I love how it's like, this is like this rusty, almost looks like it's from the wasteland of a freaking bomb exploding or something. That's just cool. Even the tops are different, and that's not just a picture, that is like, you can feel it. It's very nice. So we've got all our red buildings right here. All different. Nice. Okay, now let's go to green. So we've got our tall green buildings here. Yeah, I think green, usually red's my go-to color in games, but I think green is gonna be my go-to in this one. I just love this color scheme. Here's the other tall one. It's cool, like platform on top. Oh. You can obviously fast forward through this if you want, but to me this is the coolest part. Got these ones. Ba, 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 ba. All right, we've got these two. Very cool. Got this one. It's also amazing how, you know, it's like the fact that these can stand upside down so nice. All of them. Even like, they're not just all flat tops, but they've just structured them in a way that makes them easy to, like, this just looks like normal roofs, but boom, upside down, no problem. That's just so cool to me. Such good design. It's amazing. All right, there's that. Ba-ba-ba-ba. And these ones. Okay. So we've got our green buildings here. To be honest, my lighting here is probably making them look more yellow than they actually look in real life, but whatever. Okay. Now for yellow. Got the small buildings here. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Yellow, yellow, yellow. I'm so glad I got the washed versions too. It makes these details stand out so much, which is awesome. Now, one thing I will point out right now, you'll notice inside this little insert here, it looks really grody. really dirty. I'm not sure if that, it doesn't feel like something that would wash up. I'm gonna try, but I think that's just remnant from the wash. So yeah, I don't know what the deal is there, but yeah. So here's some of the medium yellows. That one's a cool one. God, I love this. I want to play this just to, I'm like a little kid, I just want to play with the figures. I do think this game is, I've watched a bunch of playthroughs. It looks fun. I do think it needs an expansion though. That expansion simply being more public objectives, more private objectives. It'd be a real simple card pack they could release. If they could balance it out. I don't want it to be imbalanced. I do like the fact that it seems very balanced right now, but to keep that replayability going. 114, wowza. Got this one. Very cool. Got all those, and that's all the yellows. So let me see here, we got, didn't really arrange those very nice, but got all the yellows. Okay, last color, we've got blue. So it looks like we're starting off with the tall ones here. Blue's probably my least favorite in this game, although I do like this building a lot. That's cool. For some reason, I feel like this is the building I keep seeing when I see this game. I will say the wash doesn't stand out as much in this one as it does, say, this one, that color. But that's just the nature of a darker color. So there's some blues, got another tall blue one here. All of these look like banana peels being like opened or something. Got that one, which is cool. Okay, let's look at the medium buildings here that are all toppled over. So we've got all these two. Very cool. Got this one. Okay. Got these two. Okay. And now the small ones. Oh, looks like blue has the smallest bit in the entire game. Wah, wah. All right, and then lastly, these. Cool. So now it's just a matter of putting everything back. We already got those in there. Let's see, is there anything underneath here? No. Okay. It does seem like it all organizes very nicely. So, let's see. First, we got the blimps. Boom, 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 and boom. So blimps go in there nicely. I'm pretty sure the key, where did I see it? I saw online somewhere where the key goes. Can't remember where. Oh, right here. Boom. Key fits nicely right there, which means that probably goes right there. Now they have 2 slots for cards. I think that's for splitting them up / if you sleeve them. So let me split these up real quick. Pardon the crazy camera moves. So I'll probably put the wonders in one side and everything else on the other side. So we've got the wonders and we've got everything else over here. So there we go with that. And actually, you know, I said I was getting rid of these wood tokens, but there's spots for them and it's gonna bug me if they're not in there. So here we go. The box does tell you where everything goes. So let's see, scoring discs, E. Where's E? Oh, right in there. Okay. So the scoring discs actually go right here. One, two, three. And I don't know where the other one went. I dropped it somewhere. Oh, go. All right, so we got our scoring disc right in there. And then I think I put the key and the other thing in the right place. The key to the city, small and large, it shows on D. It shows them in the same spot, but you know what? I like it right there, so we're gonna do that. Interesting. What else do we got here? We got these wooden tokens here. Where do these ones go? You're doing this real time with me, folks. Patron value scores. I think that's those right there. Yep. Okay, so these all go right in here. I will say the wood goes slightly over, but it is still held in and it still looks nice. What else do we got here? We already got the blimps, we got that stuff, blah, blah, blah. B is card storage. C is additional storage of sleeving. All right, so I think that's all that main stuff. L is drawstring. Now here's the thing. It says L, drawstring bag with disc included. Go up here underneath that little middle portion. Here's the thing. This is actually a very thick bag. Okay, it doesn't like crumple up easy, and those wood discs do take up a lot of room. So I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do this, because we want it to fit within this portion here underneath where that other portion is going to go. So you know what? I'm going to do that last, because that's the part I'm technically most worried about. Let's go ahead and put these back. We'll put this off to the side. So we want to find the bottom one. This one. That's going to go right there. 1. 2. This one was 3. I guess. And this one is 4, which goes on top. Something's not right here. Okay, so what I did notice is I kind of had to take them all out and make sure that they're all lining up properly on these things. I think there was some warping because that third level one is really making things difficult. Also, it only interlocks on this front portion, whereas back here, it's all kind of loose and stuff. So you kind of just have to hope for the best, but it does not, I cannot get it to be quite flush or below this plastic here, but it is what it is. Now, as far as the buildings go, let's do that, and I will show you what it looks like afterwards. You don't have to watch that whole thing. Okay, this is what it looks like with the way I'm going to be putting back the buildings, which is the numbers down, because I don't see them flipping over as much like this, and it just looks cooler. But you can do it the way they did it with the numbers up. I'd rather see the colors with kind of the shapes of the buildings when I'm picking them out. They're all there. I don't need to see the numbers on top, plus they're more unstable. Okay, lastly, my worry was these tokens in here, but I realized because this is, you know, concave on the inside, it's actually not that big a deal, because I just kind of shove them in there a little bit, whatever. And I'm like, oh no, it's sticking up. But actually, once you put this on there, like, it's fine. Like, whatever. Might be able to adjust that a little bit. Let's see. Oh. And then put this on there. That's fine. Okay. And then, glad you guys are bearing with me here. We got this up here, which will go over here. That all snaps in there nice. Then there's place in this little portion here for 2 of these on each side. Got 2 there and 2 here. Cool. And then the board fits right on top here. And we've got our rule book. And then the box lid. That slow decrease. Boom. No lid lift or anything. It's very nice. And it would be vertical. Oh, and there is, I just realized, Some corner damage there. That's annoying. But anyways, this would be up here. All right, let's see how it held up vertically. Got this. Got this. These are fine. Got this. Which, look at that. Those buildings are nice and not toppled over. I can't seem to not topple over, but everything else, it's hard to do one-handed. The cards do fly around a little bit, but that is not a huge deal. Boom, boom, boom. And the key kind of got jacked up. But beyond that, it seems fine. That is not that big of a deal. I was more worried about the buildings. So the fact that holds up is pretty good in my eyes. God, I got these freaking dogs. But yeah, let me put this away one more time and then we'll talk about it at the end. All right, so as you can see, this game looks pretty epic. The box size is not too crazy big or anything. It's about the same size as this, a little shorter than Dune Imperium, the deluxe version. This game looks super exciting. I'm excited to get it to the table. The components are just out of this world. I wish everybody made it as good a games as Roxley Games. Rules are simple. I'm excited to play it. Let me know what you guys think below if you've played it or if you want to try it or what you think of this video. Please like and subscribe, and that's about it.